Welcome to another episode of the Evan.
And sorry for joining you late. We 6 minutes late. Um, Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. We just came back from our weekend football game, and we closed quite late. So yeah, and we want to take this opportunity to say a big congratulations to Samuel Mahama, our ever reliable operator in the backstage. He graduated today. Congratulations. We're so happy for you. And before we get started, please go ahead and share the feed and let's get this going. It's a rather cold Saturday morning, but we managed to play football in that. It was really cold. Okay. So share the feed and let's get started. Yep. Let's get started. Okay. Oops. Let's get going. Okay. I think I got mine situated, and as usual, when you join in, shoot a hello, shoot a hi, so we know you with us, and we can make everything interactive. Okay, so we were actually going to go away from this topic, but I think that I got the most interesting input to this topic so far from Mr. Ajetomobi. And I think that it is worth discussing that. So last week, as we were having the discussion, we said, okay, I mean, Prissy didn't think that it was worth chasing love um, over your kid that you have with someone else. And so now I think that I would need Prissy to answer this question. So Mr. Ajetumobi's input was that, is it then right? I'm not quoting him. I'm just paraphrasing. Is it then right for a mother to leave the child to go for studies abroad?
So it's also a choice because when I had to go to study,
Okay.
I was like, if I am not able to secure visas for my kids,
Okay.
then I would have to probably not, because it will be hard for me to
No.
stay somewhere.
Okay.
So it's also a choice. I could have decided to leave them or gone with them. And so if
Uh-huh.
there are repercussions at the
Mhm.
end of the day for you leaving your child at the
Okay.
expense of your education,
Okay.
you bear those consequences. So I can't say it is right or it is wrong. It depends on the situation surrounding or who you are leaving the kids with.
But again, leaving your kids, okay, and going in to marry someone because the person doesn't want your kids around sounded so irresponsible. And at a point, you actually mentioned that yes, the people could be responsible for doing that. But
Yes.
for some reason, when it comes to education,
Education
that's
is a
some
short term something.
no, but
Are you going to be educated for life? Because marriage is for life.
you have a good point. But the education you can go in for, like for example, a PhD here in the US is 5 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And going in for let me even get more points by saying that let's say the person is doing a master's and after that will do a PhD. That's 7 years, right?
And most people who
So
even go out for school
so
maybe go alone at the start, but
mhm.
somewhere in between they go for their family, they go back for their kids.
No, but
So you can't even compare the marriage and education, because at some point they go in and say, okay, let me stabilize and then come and get my kids or my family.
yes, but you
But
see
in marriage, this is someone who tells you, I don't want your child
again
around at all. It's a different
again
game altogether.
again you have a good point, but You see, in a child's life, any 2 years or any 3 years could actually end up being the defining moment. You get what I mean? So that the period you've taken off to go school could actually
And I want to ask the one who doesn't want the child to be around a question, because would you also be happy if you had a child with the woman and maybe something happens, you are no more? Will you be happy that the woman also goes to give your child to somebody else and then moves on in life after you are gone?
but this is a situation that will be out of the person's control, because
No, but
from what you
no,
are
my
saying,
question is that will the person also be happy? Because
from
I would even be happy to have a woman who
Mhm.
wants to keep the child. And I will say that this woman is very responsible, because if
Okay,
I have a child with such a person
okay,
and I'm no longer around,
yeah,
this woman will stand in and take care of my kids
correct,
and will not
but
just toss them somewhere. So
correct,
for me, it's even a sign of
but you are
a highly responsible woman.
no, but you are being unfair to the woman, because it's not like the woman doesn't want the kid around. It is the spouse
Yes, so I'm
to
saying that
be
even the spouse should
the,
be reasonable and think
but what is
what
reasonable? I mean,
it's just
the
like, okay, it's just like you are going for a
Mhm,
woman
mhm,
who is having maybe who is going out with someone,
okay,
and then because you feel that the person you are in love with the person, you
okay,
tell the person that leave that person you are going out with and
okay.
go after me. Do you expect that person to remain faithful to you also?
No, but this is
No, it's
no,
it's,
no,
it's
no.
something
It's not.
similar.
No, these are not. The
And
analogy
it's something
doesn't.
you are asking this person. So when you
No,
have kids and then
no.
later on something happens, this woman will also throw your child somewhere
The
and also move on in
the
life.
analogy doesn't fit.
It's
You
something
see,
similar.
no, no, no. It's not similar. One has to do with a kid, and the other has to do with someone. Someone you and sorry.
Are we still?
Let's see.
It's working.
No, so I think, give me 1 second. It's frozen for now. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Let's hold up a bit.
We don't
Let's
want
hold up.
to restart.
No, no, it's fine. Let's see. Okay. So welcome back, guys. So sorry about that. We had a break in transmission for a while. Now, Prissy, I don't think it's the same, because this is someone you should be with till death do you part, right? So there and again, we always tend to make that mistake. But okay, thanks, Sammy. We always tend to make that mistake, but the relationship between a spouse and the other partner is different from the relationship between a spouse and a child. Children are only products of a relationship.
Are they gifts from God?
Hold on. Children are only products of a relationship. They are not a relationship. And in as much as we would want to play around this topic and everything, children, children, I dare say that children are not even a part of the marriage. The marriage is between a man and a woman. You get it. But again, because of a lot of emotional attachments and stuff, we made it such that it looks like the children are really like a critical part of it. They are not. If we want to really go strictly by what the definition of marriage is, they are not. And so, if someone has a dream, an ambition, a goal to be married to someone, a child shouldn't in any way be what will um prevent the such a lovely and beautiful story from happening.
For me, I don't see it as lovely.
You don't see it as lovely
There's a
just
caveat
because
for the man not
for the
wanting your
can
child
I ask
to
a
then
question?
have.
Can I ask a
Like,
question?
it's for me, it's not lovely.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
If someone wants to marry a woman,
Hmm.
okay, and the woman has a child already, and the child says that I don't like this man, should the woman go ahead?
It depends on how the woman's relationship is with the child.
Oh, hold on.
I know
Okay,
I
good.
know in this part of the world,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
in like this part of the world,
Correct.
most often they involve the kids in like choosing their spouses when they like. It's not like
That
that,
is-
that you are there as a child and then before you know you have a new mother or a new father.
Why should
But
they why should why
in
should
this
the
part,
child
they want to be sure that
why
this person coming around
okay
my child feels secured and whatever safe around this person before I even get deep into the relationship. So most of the
Okay.
times they will make the kids meet the person and see if the child is comfortable around, because the child is, for me, I feel like children are gifts from God.
Yes,
So
but they are not part
God
of
has given
marriage.
you that gift,
They are a gift,
and
doesn't mean they are part of the marriage.
and you know you didn't want it, so you could also decide that okay,
Uh-huh.
because of complication, I don't know what will happen in the
Uh-huh.
future, so I don't
Yeah.
want to have any kids. That's fine. But then the moment you bring in another
No.
life into the world, you are responsible for that life.
Quick question. How is a child that does not understand what a relationship is, doesn't even know where the next meal is coming from, doesn't even know what a
Well,
relationship is, will determine if you go out with someone or not?
It's a choice.
What?
So, like the way people see people and they are like, because you are tall, I like you. Because you are short, I don't like you. It's also a choice. If you come and you say, so it's also the person's criteria. I want somebody who can be comfortable, like who my child can be comfortable around. It's also a criteria for the woman. So you cannot say that the woman is also being mean by not accepting a man who doesn't want the child around. So that's my criteria. I want somebody who would be willing to have me and my child. You shouldn't lambast the woman for that.
No,
That is also the woman's criteria.
Okay, Karen says that Vanel wants to say why should you allow him to say allow? No, how on earth is a child who doesn't understand anything about relationships able to make a call on whether you should go in with someone or not? Is it? I think that with the emotional strains around these things are just too much. Are just too many. Sorry, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make there are a lot of things that happen around here that don't necessarily make sense, right? And this is one of them.
Sometimes it helps the stability of, because if you go into most of the issues that have to do with kids being like neglected and all that, sometimes most of the things are step issues. And so if you want, so if there would be, maybe because of that, people have also strategized, like we strategize, and then they because you see them around.
So you should ask your child whether your child wants.
You are not asking the child.
Yes, but that's if the child's
no, I think right now you have changed the topic.
No, I'm not changing the I was asking, you see, clearly
right now you changed the topic.
Where you went, the trajectory you took, this one is not helping you.
Is the thing worse?
Yeah, it is. If you really think that a child should have a say,
you have changed the topic.
No,
I'm not saying that
you felt
the child has a complete say.
No,
but
you said
that the child should be comfortable around the person.
You said if
so
the child doesn't agree, then
no, it's not about not really agreeing. I told you that it depends on the relationship you have.
Yes, correct.
Maybe the person comes and the child picks some signals.
Some
signals and has told you.
The child will just eat and get satisfied and say, no, I don't like this person, and then you make a decision on it.
Depends on the age of the child.
Let's even say a 12-year-old, whoever is a child, 12-year-old, even 17. Let's go 17.
Okay, so
how is that person the one going to make the decision for you?
Man around, right? And you have a child at home.
Okay,
and then maybe when you were not there, the man brought in the woman, and the child has told you that, man, I think this man is not good for you when you were not around. It's also
no, I didn't get it. Can you repeat?
Okay, so
yeah,
you brought in a man who's supposedly supposed to be your future
correct spouse, yeah.
And this child So when you were not around, this child saw the man bringing another woman, and the child hates you.
Oh no no no! Now you are creating your own stories. No 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 no.
So the child
This
can
one
also
does-
contribute.
No no no. This one doesn't hold. This one
Can
doesn't
also
hold.
contribute.
Okay, so Ima says that Van, I think the child doesn't make the call back would have an influence on the relationship. Okay, Ima, my question is, how on earth does a child who doesn't know anything about relationships have an influence on the relationship?
The child
What
doesn't
should
know anything about relationship.
yes?
The child obviously will not even be able to say, I don't agree.
The reason the child is called a child because he's a child.
The child will not say I agree or
No,
I don't
exactly.
agree.
So how on
I mean-
earth does a child have a say in who you want to
No,
be
I'm
with?
not saying that the child has a say. I am
Yes,
saying
or
that
influence.
it is
like
the
Ima said.
preference of the mother. The mother wants to be with the child, and you are saying that you don't want a woman to come along with the child. So if my preference is to be with my child in a marriage and you don't want it, then it means that you are not within my criteria. Just like I also want, it doesn't make sense for someone to say that you have someone has good character and the person is short, you don't want the person. Yeah, but that is my criteria. I want a tall man. So it will not make sense, but that is what I
Okay,
am attracted to.
so you agree that it might not be sensible?
Yeah, for you it might not make sense, but for me it will make sense. Be the one choosing.
No, sense is general. Like you can't have
No.
relative sense.
No, it could be relative.
It can,
For some reason, I want a tall person.
okay.
Maybe I've in the past I've dated short people and
Okay.
I've had issues with all short people. So
Okay.
I have decided that I want a tall person.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
It
So
could
that
be a
is-
reason, but that's a very silly reason. And
Yes.
everyone knows that
So
that is
so if you don't meet my criteria, I have the how do you call it? I should be able to fire you. So if you come and you don't meet my criteria, fine. It's not force. I shouldn't say that you because I am struggling or something. And maybe if you are not around, I'm able to take care of my child anyway. It's not like because sometimes it makes it look like because I want someone, like a lot of people are saying, because they want people to take care of their kids. That's why they want their kids to be around.
Mhm.
Most of the times it's not even that, because they just want the child to have like some, even most women marry because they want a father for their kids, because for women they can stay alone most of the time.
Okay.
Women can be by their own, by
Okay.
themselves, but maybe they are also looking for a father for their kids so
Okay.
that their kids will have like a balanced home or something.
So quick question.
So
How is that kid going to be involved in choosing his or her father?
so that is why some of them invite the men and make their kids
Maybe you are overextending it.
So
the
if
the
I'm-
child is a child.
if I'm looking for a father for my child,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and the
Uh-huh.
the father, the supposed father doesn't want the child, then why am I even going into the marriage in the first place?
No, it's because you came into the relationship
Yes, so
not
everybody-
looking for a spouse, but
Yes,
you
everybody
were
has a
looking for
reason why
a
they-
father for your
Yeah,
kid.
people have
If you want
numerous reasons why they marry. So it's not everybody that marries for companionship. So don't think that.
okay, now Prissy is using rough tactics. Okay, now Ima says that because one of the partners is attached to that child. Yes, Ima, I get it. One partner is attached to the child, and so it makes sense that the woman will want the child to be comfortable, if you may. But my question is, how is someone who knows nothing about relationships just going to use what first appearances or something to make a call
It's not a
to make
first appearance.
oh Prissy, what are you saying?
They go out several times and all that, and then
Okay,
the child may
okay.
take
So
also.
you go out with the to be spouse with a child, and the child says that, oh no, I don't like this one. Is the child the one going to marry the
No,
the
but
person?
you think that the parents will not ask why they don't like the person, or
And
sometimes
doesn't matter.
sometimes too it is just the child is rebelling because maybe it
The
wants
child
to be
wants
father.
exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
But aside that, there are
Uh-huh.
sometimes genuine reasons why the child has seen something and not want. Maybe the person even touched the child inappropriately or something,
It,
and
it,
the
it's
child is not happy about it.
no, no.
So
Don't create
no,
another story.
there
Don't
are
create
some things that
because
happen that make the
see,
kids not want
no.
other people.
My concern or my question here is that if the parent, okay, is fine with the
If you,
with the
for me, I'm
spouse,
saying that the ultimate decision is on
okay,
the woman.
okay,
If you want to be with the man,
okay,
that is your choice.
okay, even if the child doesn't want to.
If the child doesn't want it, you want
So
to.
what are you going to do with the child if the man doesn't want the child around?
So that is why I'm saying
Okay.
that
Uh-huh.
if the woman is
Mhm.
okay leaving the child with someone else
Okay.
and like ready to bear repercussions,
And you will not call the woman irresponsible like you did the last time.
no, for me, if you
Uh-huh.
feel that you have a very responsible person to take care of that child,
The
fine.
woman wouldn't be irresponsible any longer.
Me personally,
You call the woman
I will not do
irresponsible.
that.
So you
So
call
if
the
I do
woman
that, I'll call
irresponsible.
myself irresponsible.
No, so you call someone
So
irresponsible for also
I'll
doing
not
that.
judge someone for doing that.
Okay.
I'll not judge someone.
Okay, so you are no longer calling anybody
I
irresponsible.
won't judge the person for. But
Okay.
for me, if I do that, I feel for me because of the standards I have made for myself,
Okay.
I'll call myself irresponsible. But
Okay.
I won't judge any other person.
So in effect, you wouldn't go, assuming you are going into a marriage with your child, you wouldn't go into the marriage looking for a spouse. You go into a marriage looking for someone who will like your child and want to take care of
I
your child.
want both. For me, I
Okay.
want both. It's a preference.
Okay.
I want both.
Okay.
So you can decide to go for someone who loves you alone and doesn't want your child. That's your choice.
Okay.
Me, I want somebody who can accept even if you don't love them, like
Okay.
you should be able to accommodate them
Okay.
and love me. So I want both.
Okay.
Yeah.
It feels to me like every other reason for you to put your child aside sounds irresponsible, except when it's a relationship. It seems to me that,
No,
that's what it is.
for me, I was also saying that when I was
Okay.
coming to school,
Yeah.
one of the determining factor was that
Okay.
I would be able to come along with my kids because for me, I felt that there was no way I would be able to like
Focus on
concentrate
your
and
studies.
then maybe I'll be then I'll be called my child is not feeling well,
Okay.
and I don't know how I'm going to even
Process that.
yeah, and concentrate on
react. Yeah.
So one of my goals was to
Yeah.
ensure that
Okay.
I am able to move with my family.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Would it have been easier for you to have been studying with your kids without your husband?
No.
Okay. Let me push further. Um, assuming you had the opportunity to just pick your husband or your kids.
Okay, so in this situation,
Yes.
I feel that
Uh-huh.
my husband can take care of himself.
Okay.
So I will not even have calls about my husband not feeling well
Okay.
and all
Okay.
that.
Okay.
So maybe I could have probably come because my husband could have been going and coming,
Okay.
and that is fine. But then
Okay.
if I leave my kids with someone, that headache alone, and today your child is this.
Ladies and gentlemen, Prissy has further underscored this assertion that women are not necessarily interested in their husbands.
No, my husband is
Their interest is mainly in the kids. So it's more like, husband, you can go figure out. You can be anywhere. We don't care. But for the kids, I can't leave them. If you are a married man, I know it's a difficult pill to swallow, but this is the reality. You are not really wanted like that in your home. You are not really as important as you think you are. It's all about the kids and something else. By you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the breaking news. So don't be surprised. Me personally, I'm surprised, but don't be surprised like me. Don't be like me. Don't be surprised that your wife is not as interested in you as you think. So, gentlemen, because of that, learn to love yourself, learn to think about yourself, learn to make yourself happy, and don't necessarily be caring for everyone else but yourself, because that is what happens. Most men get the stick anyway after putting all the effort, energy, trying to raise a family. Their spouses will just
No,
be
I,
interested
I
in the
think I
kids.
think that
And
men are
gentlemen,
just jealous of their kids.
and gentlemen, in the long run, what is going to happen is that your kids will think that the mom loves them more than you do. Meanwhile, all you've been doing is fighting for the family, caring for the family, providing for the family. But they would make it look like,
Is it based off only
yes,
my argument?
yeah. So
Is
that
that a
is
general world?
I'm giving the summary.
No.
Allow me to give the summary. Allow me to give the summary.
Other people
Because
have their preferences. So I'm saying that I am saying that. So as we are here in US, I've seen that a lot of women who are in school have their kids with them, but their
Okay.
spouses are back in their country.
Yeah, because they don't necessarily
No,
they are
and
not
it's not
necessarily
because
interested in the
it's
spouses.
not necessarily.
They are
Most
not
of the time,
interested.
the spouses are like, I can't come here and not work and all. So
Yes.
I'd rather live in my country and work.
And the women
And
the women are good to leave the spouses to go in school.
it's not like they are good,
But they are not good to leave the kids to go
No.
in school.
They're-
Now
they're-
I'm so
they're-
touched.
their
I'm so
husbands decided not.
I'm so
It is the husbands who decided not to follow their wives. It is not that the women decided to leave their spouses, but it is the husbands that are like, no, I can't come here. But
if the kids
if it were to
if
be
the
a
kid
woman,
if
a
the
woman would have left everything,
if
even
the
their job, and
if,
followed the man.
if
So
the kids
who is even more loving?
if the kids say they are not interested in going, will the women leave their kids and go to school?
I'm sure they would.
Would you have done that?
If my child doesn't want and wants to stay with daddy, why won't I leave
Would
my
you
child?
have done
I've
that?
done it before.
Okay.
It's not the first time.
Okay, so Courage is just laughing at me. He said programming. The program has just ended. And Roxin is laughing. Emmanuel is laughing. Emmanuel says that it appears to be an unadmitted reality. Yes, I perfectly agree with you. Men, sorry, so I give more summary.
So my question is that, wait, you sitting here right now, right?
Correct.
If you're asked to choose between your mom and your dad,
Mhm.
and let's say, do you think that you love both of them equally?
You see, let me explain. Because of all I think you women are doing to veer the focus of or steer the focus of the kids towards you. Now, after this program, I'm forced to go and look for my daddy and love my daddy more. Because
No,
because
so no, I want it to be
no,
very real. Like
no.
bring like
reality
bring
in
it
reality
in real
in
life.
reality this is what happens. This is what happens. So the men are always out there, regardless of what, trying to make ends meet, trying to make things happen. And hold on. Because of that, most times they end up not even being able to spend ample time with their kids. Let me finish. Not being able to spend ample time with the kids. The kids being kids thinks that the one who spends ample time with them, the one who goes out with them and buys them sweets and snacks, forgetting that there is a bigger work, which is their school fees that has been paid, they think that that person loves them. So they grow fond of the woman. Now that happens always. And then in the end, they fall in love with their mothers. Not knowing, hold on, let me finish. Not knowing, not knowing all the sacrifices that the fathers have to make for them, in fact, in the first place, to even exist. Then, after all that, for them to survive, they don't know all the sacrifices that the fathers make. And the mothers enjoy the showering of love and relationship, and they keep it like that all the way till the kids grow up. And so you would see that the father is just neglected somewhere, and all the love is going to the mother.
You have made a great point.
Uh-huh,
I feel that this, it looks like the ideal, but this currently,
okay,
men and women go out
Okay.
in the morning and they all come back at
Yes.
5, right?
Yes.
So we all go and come.
Okay.
But
Mm-hmm.
women also try to spend, because we all don't have time. But then if we all try to spend that extra,
Okay.
that our free time with our kids,
Okay.
and like as a man,
Okay.
whatever the woman is doing for the kid, you can also do it for your child. You don't have to leave the things like, because they have like, this is the woman's role, this is the man's role.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So if you feel that this is what, and you've seen that this is what is attracting the kids to their mom,
Okay.
is the woman preventing you from also being close to your child? No.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You should also be close to your
Prissy
child.
is only trying to be political.
No, it's not political.
Because
it used to be like
ladies have a natural tendency to know how to maneuver their way to get the kids to. In fact,
it's not true. I think that even in our household,
Mhm.
when it comes to like getting close to
Mhm.
the kids and all that,
Yeah,
I think that you are even better
because I'm a special dad.
than me.
Because I'm a special dad.
Yes, I think it will take an effort from the men. They shouldn't sit back and expect that, okay, you come back from work, then you are carrying, those times the men will be carrying newspaper. They don't even, or they'll be watching some,
because they need to know what has happened in the world, and
they will
listen, aside dealing with all the issues at home, men also need to take care of all the global issues that are happening.
No, so I think
Russia and Ukraine,
the men shouldn't sit there and complain that the women are taking whatever the woman is doing. You can also do it. Spend time with your kids. Take them out.
Oh God.
Don't be a man who comes back from work and goes to sit somewhere at a bar with just your friends. And when you come, by the time you come back, your kids are asleep.
Okay.
They hardly see you. Even on weekends,
you have a good point. You have a good point.
So spend time with your kids.
You have a good
point. So I don't think you should blame the women for spending time and then their kids getting attached to them.
Okay.
Yeah. So for me, I don't blame anyone. If you're a man and your kids are not attached to you,
okay,
spend time with them. Cut down on the outings with other people who don't matter to you. And if your kids matter to you, spend more time with them.
Okay. Are you done?
Yes.
Okay. So Sami says no escape for Madam Prissy. Yeah, she's trying to maneuver and find a way to escape, but we will agree. Ima says so save Van. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we've won the we've won the battle. Anyway, so personally, I mean, in summary, I really think that all Prissy has told us, we should take it seriously. We should not joke about it. That Karen says nice comeback, Prissy. No, she has not yet come back. We are still leading. I think that we should. What I've the biggest lesson I have learned from this discussion is that we are not as important as we think we are. The kids are more important than us. Oh yeah, that really touched the nerve. That really touched the nerve.
I'm saying
we are not.
That trick me to put words.
I didn't trick you. I asked a simple question, and you
cannot defend themselves, but you can. So if you decide you want to stay back in your country, can I force you? So can I drag you?
Yeah.
I can force my child, but I can't force you.
Okay. So yes, Ima is saying that Prissy, it's not easy to do both if he is the breadwinner. Now, so in summary, what Prissy is saying is that men, we think we are really important. We are not. Like they just accommodate us because they have to feel we have to feel wanted, right? But if it happens that a wife should choose between the husband and the kids, the wife will go in for the kids. Now, at this point, I think that I need to go and look for a counselor, go with Prissy, so that the counselor will explain what marriage is to Prissy. Marriage is between a man and a woman. Nothing to do with kids.
My kids.
Nothing
I'm just telling you that the kids are defenseless.
Nothing to do with kids.
And so if I am traveling and my husband decides to stay back,
yes,
I can't force my husband to say that my wish is that my husband will go with me.
Yes.
But if my husband says he can't go and because of so and so,
he could go and bend the
for
sea.
my children, when I tell them I want to bring them,
Okay.
they don't have a say.
Okay.
So they will follow me blindly.
Okay. Yes.
So if the child has followed me blindly and you, the husband, doesn't want to follow me blindly,
then you can
how
go
is
bend
that
the
my
sea.
fault?
Yeah. Who cares about you?
Is that
Yeah,
my
you
fault?
can just Okay, so Ima says that Van keeps hitting that point. Yes, I have to hit that point because it really touched the nerve, and I'm not joking. I really thought I was important in the family.
Oh no, I didn't say you weren't important. I'm
But
saying that you are.
the
But you are.
yeah, you are only as important.
No,
like
no, no,
yeah,
no.
you
It's
there's
not like
only
that.
so
You are auto pay. So I can't auto pay what to do.
so
I can't tell you what to do. I can't force things on you.
gentlemen.
So it would look like I am neglecting you, but you can make decisions for yourself. And so I can't force you to follow me.
Yes, Rabbi, that's damage control. She's only trying to do damage
No.
Yeah, I know.
But for the kids, when I say kids follow me, they'll just get up and follow me. So if you want to follow me blindly, fine.
Okay.
It's not like I have neglected you.
Gentlemen,
you're as important as a kid.
Scripture says that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. You are not as important as you think. Go think about this. Go think through it and let that sink in. You are not as important as you think. So on that unimportant note, we draw down the curtains for today's episode of DFN. On that sad note, I must say I'm really sad about it, and I'll really have to go and assess my life and think about what next to do with my life because apparently I'm not as important. And now the kids, I'm going to deal with them because they are becoming competition, right? I'm going to deal with them.
That's
okay. So thanks for joining us. We'll come back to you next week with yet another episode of Dear Always remember that no two relationships are the same. Thanks, cheers, and bye for now.